I call to order this field hearing for the Energy and Natural Resources Water and Power Subcommittee. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone here today. I appreciate John Chester, who is from Montana, traveling to Sioux Falls to attend today's hearing. I know that Senator Chester is interested in the topics to be covered today and believe he will add a valuable perspective to water development in the Great Plains. I also want to thank all the witnesses for traveling to Sioux Falls and being available to present testimony and answer questions. The purpose of today's hearing is to receive testimony on the Bureau of Reclamation's implementation of the World Water Supply Act of 2006 and to examine the implementation and status of the water supply projects in the Great Plains. The Great Plains face great growing demands for adequate drinking water supplies. Population growth and economic development will further strain the gap between capital improvements needed for public water systems and the capability of governments to finance these projects. Unfortunately, underinvestment is not the only problem. Millions of Americans left without safe and reliable drinking water. Many of these individuals are served by small community systems. A regionalized approach to water delivery could be more effective to distribute drinking water. To better address the outstanding drinking water needs of these communities, the Congress passed the World Water Supply Act of 2006. Now, for the first time, the BOR has a water supply plan to construct new water development projects. We need to get this program up and running. And I look forward to Regional Director Brian updating the committee on this implementation. The second part of today's hearing is to receive testimony and construction of ongoing water projects in the Great Plains region. I'm proud that South Dakota was the first state to harness the resources of the BOR to construct these regional water projects. Since the year 2003, I have helped secure about $347 million of federal funds for the construction and operation and maintenance of South Dakota's BOR drinking water projects. These projects are an example of how our partnership between the federal and state governments and local sponsors can set the conditions for building our communities. Currently, South Dakota has 3 ongoing projects in various stages of completion that serve their first and forever communities. The Los and Clark Regional Water System, Mini-Wachoni Rural Water System, and the Perkins County Rural Water System. Unfortunately, the continued progress in construction of these projects is threatened by a lack of support for funding from the current administration. The BOR's decision to recommend no funds in next year's budget for Lewis and Clark, a regional solution for water supplies in several eastern South Dakota communities, including Minnesota and Iowa, is simply unacceptable. I'm sure that today's witnesses will touch on the impacts of these cuts. We are also making progress. Some systems are now complete and delivering water for municipal, agricultural, and industrial purposes with other projects, such as the Mini-Wachoni nearing completion. We have several witnesses from these projects testifying today that can further explain the importance of seeing these projects complete. We have a full panel of witnesses today. So with that, I would like to recognize my colleague from Montana for his opening statement. Senator Tesser, please go right ahead with your remarks.